All right. Good afternoon or evening, parents, whenever you're watching this, and welcome to what is clearly the most unusual Meet the Teacher night. Today I'm doing it from my basement. Normally I'm doing it from room 2535. But I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to do it slightly different. I'll send it out in Parent Square, and I will put it in the team section of your child's team, just so that you can have multiple ways to access it. So, anyway, let me get started. My name is Mr. Nikom. I teach in room 2535. This is Global History and Geography 2. Okay. I grew up, a little bit about me. I've been teaching here for quite some time, so I think parents should know who their child's teacher is. I grew up in Central Islip and moved to Ronkonkoma while I was in middle school. I am married and have three beautiful children. I married my high school sweetheart, something that seems to make the kids uncomfortable. I don't know why they find it gross that I'm married to somebody I met in the 80s, but at 50 years old, I did. Uh, anyway, I got my undergraduate bachelor's degree from St. Joseph's College and then a master's degree from Dowling. And I haven't changed this in a while, but I'm in my 19th year at Brentwood, and I think 12 years in the current room I'm in. I don't know. I'm not updating it because I don't know. I'm about to breach the 20-year mark, so I guess I'm feeling a little old. So I'm going to tell you about the global curriculum, but you guys, at the end of this, I'll address changes because of the pandemic. So the global history and geography curriculum is designed to focus on common themes that reoccur across time and place. So each unit will focus on content, concepts, and connections we use to organize classroom instruction. So the curriculum provides students with the opportunity to explore what is happening in various regions and civilizations at a given time. In addition, it enables students to investigate issues and themes from multiple perspectives and make global connections that lead to in depth understanding. That is our goal. As students explore the social studies standards, they will have multiple opportunities to explore content and intellectual skills of history and the social science disciplines. Lots of things, and we'll get into them slowly. Now, this may have been altered. It sort of depends on the governor and the Board of Regents, but the Regents' examination for global and history and geography will be based on the content from the core curriculum. The following concepts and themes in global history and geography are emphasized, and it's belief systems, change, citizenship, conflict, culture and intellectual life, decision making, diversity, economic systems, environment and society, factors of production, human and physical geography, something they're very weak at times, human rights, imperialism, interdependence, justice, movements of people in good, and also known as trade, nationalism, nation states, needs and wants, which is economic theory, political systems, power, scarcity, science and technology, and urbanization. These are all the large things that must be tested on the Regents exam. Now, admittedly, this has changed due to the pandemic, but only slightly. Normally, when there is no pandemic, I stand in the hallway and I greet my kids as they walk in, and on my board there's a giant color form that says "Do Now" on it. That's every day they walk in and they have a "Do Now." Above the "Do Now," it tells them exactly what unit of study it's in. Like, for example, right now we are doing the French Revolution, so it'll say topic French Revolution, and below that it'll say "Do Now." And the "Do Now" could be whatever. Usually I just want them to either open up a book, or I'll give them some paper. It'll have a cartoon on it, a political cartoon or a map. It doesn't matter what it is. And it's designed to get them focused on right away on material, and it also keeps them quiet while I take attendance. Now, admittedly, under the current circumstances, what I do, I have two computers in the room. I turn the computer by the window on, and that has a microphone. So the kids that are at home will be live streamed while I turn the computer on in the center of the room for the kids who are actually live. And that's how I take attendance. So it's essentially the same, just with a microphone in the room. It is different for the kids at home because they don't get the same exact visuals. I can screen share, but it is a little bit different. So after I take attendance, we get right to work. Now, that fourth bullet about what they cannot wear, what they cannot do, obviously is a normal set of circumstances. So they normally can't wear headphones and use a cell phone or wear hats. They certainly can't walk around now, shout out answers without permission, and they must wear their IDs. Under these current situations slightly different. I have designated seats. Everyone is more than 6 feet apart. They have to stay seated the whole time. It's pandemic rules. I teach in the front of the room. I have a little shield on my desk. I do walk around in the front of the room, though, as a rule, unless I'm fully remote. And that's how it has to be. A kid can use their cell phone largely to answer questions that are on Teams. So it's been a little bit of an alteration. I never yell at kids. Well, I'm not really a yeller, but headphones you can't have them in the classroom. Um, Even things like passes nowadays, the kids have to sign in and out of the bathroom for contact tracing. So things are definitely different. But any of the alterations are largely dictated by the Board of Education. So we've already sent those rules out. By and large, I haven't really had any kids have a problem with it. Normal day, as I said, do now. The in parentheses, I don't do anymore. I'm not allowed to walk around, record students who completed the assignment. I do it digitally now. The lesson is described. We begin our work. Everyone must hand in work. If it's a daily occurrence, you must complete your daily assignment to be given your daily credit. Now, it's important because some kids especially my ESL kids, can struggle with things like multiple choice testing. So they do acquire a lot of their points through participation, things like do now, things like worksheets that they're doing remotely. You have to do them if you'd like to have a good grade to pass. And so I do assess the kids daily, weekly, homework, quizzes, tests, those kinds of things. And there are a variety of ways I do that. This is a link, so if you are watching this and you want to, I guess you'd have to copy this down because I'm converting it into a movie. You could just search global history and geography regents exams on Google, and you'll pull up all of the previous ones. They're open source. Here are some resources for the kids. This is my website, mysocialstudiesteacher.net. I haven't been using it during the pandemic because the school has purchased Microsoft 365 for the kids, so we use Teams and a variety of other approved things. But if you did want to go to mysocialstudiesteacher.net, you'll see I have a digitized version of the textbook and what we're doing every single week. Regentsprep.org is excellent. Barron's do sell good Regents review books. And you have a searching section of the New York State Department of Education website. We also will provide the kids Regents review books in a normal circumstance. I don't know what's going to happen this year, though, I must tell you. Any parent that has a concern, email me. It's really great to email because it has a hard copy and I can send it back to you right away. But it's rneikam@bufsd, and this is my website. The only thing that I probably should have added was Microsoft Teams and Parent Square, but you have that anyway because we notified you. I will be sending this video out on Parent Square and putting it in your child's Microsoft Teams. I do think Parent Square is probably better than the email because it's in your pocket, but you can always email me, and I do like the email back and forth thing because it's just a paper backup that nobody forgets an email typically. I will just tell you, parents, while I'm concluding this, uh, email me or Parent Square me at any time. But I've told the children that I do keep normal school office hours. I'm at school an hour early every day, and I give them till 3:30 after school if they want to email me or Teams message me. But I have to keep normal uh, business hours because kids have, even now after my warnings, they're sending me questions at 10 o'clock at night. And I'm not going to lie to you, I get up at 5 a.m. I am fast asleep at 10 o'clock. Kids, even though I've asked them politely not to do that, they're kids. But so I would ask the parents to adhere to those rules if possible. Just be reasonable about when you send me texts, and I will be reasonable about when I send you texts. I will never ever send you anything at 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to be awake anyway. So feel free to contact me. Let me know any questions or concerns you have. Some of your parents I've already been in contact with anyway, and it's an open communication system here at the high school. I am in room 2535, but because of the COVID situation, you'd have to make an appointment if you physically wanted to see me and sit down. I don't know that they would allow it. That's outside of my pay grade. Somebody on a principal would have to make that decision. We could certainly have a call. I can share my screen with you through your child's team account. There's multiple ways to handle it. But I will send you notification if your child isn't doing any work, and we'll communicate any way that's comfortable for you. Anyway, once again, my name is Mr. Neekum. That's my contact information. Global History and Geography, 10th grade. It's 2. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, guys.